So I'm going to quickly come to some conclusions, which I'm just basically going to read through. Predominantly, the creation of art been derived from a physical creation, so initially cave paintings onto canvas and oils, moving forward to the PC revolution and digital art applications. However, today the boundaries are becoming closer and closer between the TV, media, games and art applications. Whilst Amiga Paint, once a forerunner for art creation, in the mid to late 80s allowed for future artistic creation to be revolutionary and then transition to the TV, etc. The gaming industry, which now focuses more and more on GPU technologies, the graphics processing unit, seems to be leading the way with hardware changes as opposed to the other way around. It won't be long before we end up with multi-core GPU systems path rather than multi-CPU systems. And the big players in this area are obviously NVIDIA and ATI, along with big game developers such as ID, EA, many more. For those of you on the WA Genesis forums, you'll see I've posted a post up about ID Tech 5. So if you're interested in some of the future of how the GPU graphics is going to move forward, I encourage you to go and read the off topics and have a look at the ID Tech 5 stuff. It's very heavy on technical design, hardware, etc. But it just goes to show that it's the GPU that's going to lead forward. Find a career in the digital art area, because I've mentioned I'm out of work. So anyone know of a job, put me forward. Find a career in the digital area has become very diverse on account of all the different types of apps available on the market today. But predominantly, if you've got Photoshop and Illustrator skills, tend to be the key requirements for a lot of the different sectors. Whilst there's a myriad of 3D modelling applications that require. I was talking to Chris at the start of this session and explaining, employers are now looking to have 3D Studio Max, Maya, Lightwave, Photoshop, Flash, Illustrator, a myriad of different software, and be a guru in all. So the more exposure you can get to all different applications, the obviously better chance you stand later in life. As I've already stated, today's digital mediums aren't powerful enough for the artists to convey the final outcome without heavy or financial and time investment into their creations. So even if you're creating some artwork, it's going to be costly for the amount of tools that you're using, and also a lot of time invested in getting the creation. So there are many paths that a digital artist can take, whether it be freelancing in a specific area and working, part of a team of a specific thing, because there's texturing, there's animation, there's design, there's layout, there's web stuff, there's media, there's TV, there's CGI, it just goes on. So the actual job sectors are starting to narrow on specific skills. So although you need a broad skill set, you need to be pretty focused in certain areas. For the future of 3D, is yet to be realised. It really sits in your hands. It's pretty much the next generation that will introduce the changes. With the likes of touchscreen becoming more acceptable, such as the the iPad and the iPhone, etc., hands-on apps, it's really going to change perhaps the way we look at digital art in the future. Would the future involve a mix of traditional and digital realms, possibly by holding a paintbrush and painting directly onto a screen, or perhaps even onto a tabletop or any surface that's interpreted and it can be reproduced? And as I say at the bottom, I for one will have to wait and see. Okay, I have got a movie that I'd like to share with you on YouTube very quickly. Just copy this. So I'm going to move from here and head off up behind Norm to that movie, and it should play on the screen behind me. You guys, it's a bit about technical about the changes of a guy called Pranav Mistry. The project is called Sixth Sense. This guy's from MIT, and he's been working on some changes in how we perceive the use of 3D. It's something I found quite inspiring. So it's about 10 minutes long. Hopefully you guys won't mind, just watch it. I'll just set it out for you. Control V. Okay. Click to control, and it's that movie surface.
We grew up interacting with the physical objects around us, and there are enormous number of them that we every day use. Unlike our most computing devices, these objects are much more fun to use with. When you talk about objects, one another thing automatically comes attached to that thing, and that is gestures, how we manipulate these objects, how we use this object in everyday life. We use gestures not only to interact with this object,